Naga issue do ek din dui din laga kota no hai, ek hafta dui hafta laga no hai, ek mohina dui mohina ek saal laga no hai. Mahan 1947 te ura beginning itu dhurishe bole mahan 75 years ahi jaise, almost 8 decades punchi bole hoise. Itia naga manu khan ki lobo na ki nolobo na confuse hoi thakibo laga time na taka hoi jaise. Ki lobo ki nolobo faisla kurigina ikki lobo de ami khan itu lobo ami khan itu nolobo kurigina faisla time hoi jaise. Holi bi itia bi sign nai naga issue de kiniga jai ase আজি জানিবলৈ কোশিশ কৰিব ইতিয়া কারেন্টলি কি হৈছে আপোনালোকে শেয়ার কৰি দিব শ্ৰী ডক্টৰ এসি জেমিৰবৰা প্ৰাইম মিনিষ্টাৰ নৰেন্দ্ৰ মোদী আৰু হোম মিনিষ্টাৰ তাইজন ব্ৰা কৈছে ক্লিয়াৰিফাই কৰিছে কইনা তাইটো কোৱাদো নাগা ইস্যু দে ইন্টিগ্ৰেশন লগা কথা নাই ফ্ল্যাগ কনস্টিটিউশনস লগা কথা নাই কইনা এটো কৈছে
So I want to know the position of this government of India. Both the Prime Minister as well as Home Minister made it amply clear, without any ambiguity, that sovereignty, integration, flag and constitutions are no more in the agreement. Because the unity of the country, nor the constitution cannot be compromised. And that was a very, very clear message to the people of Nagaland. And perhaps the same views were conveyed to the Naga leaders who are engaged in the present political dialogue and who have abandoned their signatures in their respective agreements.
Ito lode NNPG kan bra hoise pant naga ho ito do ekta dictatorial ase ito do chairman ge ekta powerful positions te rakhi di ase আৰু কম্পেয়ার কৰিছে চাইনা আৰু ৰাছিয়া লগা প্ৰেসিডেন্ট নিচিনা পাৱাৰফুল বানাই দি আছে এনএনপিজি খান এটো স্টেটমেন্ট দিছে পেন্স নাগা হ'ব লগা আপুনি হান এটো চেক কৰিলে পাৰিব এটো স্টেটমেন্ট দিয়া হৈছে এনএসএনআইএম কান বা ক্লিয়াৰিফাই কৰিছে পেন্স নাগা হটো ডিক্টেটৰিয়েল নহয় পেন নাগা হটো ডেমোক্ৰেটিক আছে আৰু পেন্স নাগা হটো ইনকুবেশন স্টেজ তে আছে কৈছে ইনকুবেশন মতলব আৰ্লি স্টেজ তে আছে কৈছে ইতিয়া প্ৰসেস তে বানালা প্ৰসেস তে আছে কৈছে হলিবি ইমান साल पिछे पेंट नागा हो स्टिल इन द अर्ली स्टेज इतना ही अर्ली स्टेज ते आसे वालादो नागा मनोहन जानिब लागे इतो लगते NSNIM कंटिन्यूअसली কৈ আছে कि गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया तो की खता प्रमिस কৰিছে की एग्रीमेंट কৰিছে তাহান লাগাই তো খতা দেউৰা বেগ যাই যাই আছে তাহান লাগাই তো प्रमिस কৰাদো ইতো ফলো নকৰিনা ধোকা দিয়া আছে কইনা continuously itu statement di ase NSNIM kan flag aro constitutions na thakje bole agreement na korbo koi ase holibi on the other hand activists and IS retort KKS maura koi ase ki pant naga ho without territorial integrations Nagas of Nagaland cannot survive Nagas of Nagaland are not ready without the integration
in the absence of integration I think the flag is meaningless if it is planted in Nagaland, and that would signify the nationhood of the Nagas living everywhere else beyond the state of Nagaland, and they would want to have equal rights with the Nagas of Nagaland while enjoying their own privileges under a special autonomous territorial council, and at the same time enjoy the privileges with the state of Nagaland. So the flag in itself is at this particular point in time something that the Nagas of Nagaland may have to think rather seriously as to whether their flag is intended only to ensure that the southern Naga brothers would find a foothold in the state of Nagaland. Otherwise, the significance of a national flag minus integration is zero. Right. So here is the philosophy of our southern brothers is to say that whatever belongs to them is theirs, but whatever belongs to me is going to be shared by everybody. Mine is mine, yours is ours. That philosophy will never work for the people of Nagaland.
NNPG recently statement দিছে 31st October 2019 দেউৰা talks conclude হৈ গৈছে এটো কাৰণে ইতে appeal কৰি আছে কি agreed positions কৰিছে government কি ইটো endorse কৰিবি কৈ কিনা statement দিছে former governor RN Ravi and interlocutor Taibara Nagaland Legislative Assembly day ইটো কৈছে declarations দিছে ইটো statement দিছে কি talks is already concluded
The government of India has never ever talked, much less negotiated with anyone on the territorial integrity and sovereignty of the country. Any misadventure to disintegrate this great nation shall not be tolerated. The government of India is absolutely clear that there is and there shall be only one national flag and constitution in India. Anyone talking anything contrary, they are trying to confuse and mislead the people.
Congress MP Parliament से इतो letter लिखिजे Home Minister Amit Shah लोडे इतो letter लिखिजे इतो letter दे कोशिश की talks already complete हो जिसे होली भी CM नि फिर युवरा इतो endorse नो करेगिना U-turn लो जिसे अरो इतो resolution agreed करा दो pass करा दो complete हो जला दो इतो endorse नो करेगिना अरो new resolutions move करेशे इतो statement दिशे NNP जिबरा को से talks is already concluded अरो they are ready for the conclusion. Olivi NSNIM bra ko se flag and constitutions ta thakise bole tai kan sign nokorbo koi ase tai kan solutions nohobo pase so Congress leader Shri Harry Taibra itu koise itu statement dise
Talking something flag and constitution without sovereignty. Is there anything like that? Are we fools? Why 25 years without solution? And they have never placed any clear concrete paper, concrete suggestion to the people. Even now, Nagaland people should have freedom to decide. Others should not dictate us.
Olivi NSNIM they are not at all ready without flag and constitutions aro tai handu last man standing tak thakibo flag and constitutions itu laga demand last man standing tak thakibo aro tai handu sign nokorbo tate stand kori ase Shri Dr. S.C. Jamir Ravi koise ki Indian constitutions to sal lagaina best men khans best intellectual kan gather korina ta han collectively from the world dunia bar debra best ki ase bahal ki ase itu han collect korina edu Indian constitutions banaise holibi NSNIM laga constitutions demand korado ta han constitutions te ki ase public kan iku najane naga manahan iku najane
When Constitution of India was drafted, all sections of the people were included and they have enrolled constitutional expert, legal expert, veteran politician, and they have studied all the constitutions of the world to take up the very valuable provisions. That's why after that only, after 1 year debate, they have prepared the constitution, approved it, and then declared as Constitution of India. Whereas they are talking about this constitution, when was it drafted? Have they circulated it for public discussion? No. It was a political weapon. Both flag and constitution are the attributes of a sovereign independent country. But when sovereignty is not there, I think it loses its importance.
Core Committee Co-Chairman Sri Azobrabi koise ki NSNIM is not very serious in the peace talk.
Government of India is going all out of the way to come to a meeting point. So somewhere down the line, I am also should try to find a meeting point. But I think in all fairness, our IM brothers are not very serious about the peace talks.
Framework agreement Naga Accord Naga Manahan lode sign kurado Naga Manahan lode accord kuriado integrations laga ekta points bi nai koigina Prime Minister Narendra Modi bra elections campaign Manipur kuradam de tate itu open declarations kurise
नागाओं के साथ जो आपका अकॉर्ड हुआ है मैं जरा यहाँ के मुख्यमंत्री को पूछना चाहता हूँ 1.5 साल सोए थे क्या? गहरी नींद सोए थे क्या? ये अकॉर्ड 1.5 साल पहले हुआ। मैंने स्वयं ने कांग्रेस के नेताओं को अकॉर्ड में क्या है सारा बताया है। और आज 1.5 साल के बाद जब चुनाव घोषित हो गया तो झूठ फैला करके मणिपुर के लोगों को बांटने का पाप कर रहे हो। लेकिन मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं, नागाओं के साथ जो अकॉर्ड हुआ है इसमें कहीं पर भी मणिपुर के टेरिटरी के साथ कोई भी धोखा करने की चर्चा नहीं है। मणिपुर के मेरे प्यारे भाइयों बहनों, मैं मणिपुर की इस पवित्र धरती पर आकर के आपको वहां वादा देता हूं, ऐसा एक भी शब्द जो मणिपुर के हितों की रक्षा न करता हो, जो मणिपुर के हितों को नुकसान करता हो, ऐसा अकॉर्ड में एक भी शब्द नहीं है भाइयों बहनों, एक भी शब्द नहीं।
Deputy CM Y Button Brown কৈছে talks conclude হৈ গৈছে বোলে ইটা তাক বিকিলে solutions আহা নাই আৰু solution নলব বোলে ceasefire abrogations কৰি কৈ কিনা এটো statement দিছে।
Our central leader's mind is very clear. She tak koise taigan no flag, no constitution. It is ample clear. Flag lagata myang kotha korise, yes. You Nagas, you can have your civil flag. American Nijo flag to cholabo pare, but not in government program or government establishment. If you don't want solution, you abrogate the ceasefire. Ceasefire pangigin ab nan changgol di tabi. Nagas will not cooperate with you. I don't know why, when the talk is concluded in 31st October, why we could not bring settlement. So, iman shalagina, itiatak ceasefire already completed 25 years.
এইটো আগতে শ্ৰী তেমজেন ইমনা আলংব্ৰা এসামব্লিতে এইটো স্টেটমেন্ট দিছে আপনি হানবি শুনি যাইছে বলা একবার শুনি চাবি।
The government of India today is also a government under the Constitution of India and under the flag of India. How can it give beyond that constitution and flag and give us a separate constitution and a flag? They are not going to agree. We know that. Honorable Home Minister Amit Shah ji said, 400 साल में नहीं होगा।
Naga solutions day flag and the constitutions integrations ito laga to khali mohan Naga manu Naga politicians Naga legislators khan brai statement ito diya ase sovereignty nai de integrations nai de flag nai de constitutions nai de koigina tai khan kile ito statement na de. I think the prime ministers and the home minister gave this statement and make it clear that the integration flag and the constitutions are not in the peace accord. Why do they let the Naga politicians keep giving these statements in the assembly? Activists and GB Kauto Chishi Taibra ito statement dice, which also represents the voice of so many Nagas of Nagaland. On the questions of integrations, Taibi ito statement dice.
The Nagas of Nagaland will not be able to grant any legal status without territorial integration.
What is the stumbling block? What is the stumbling block?
The legal status of the Manipuri Nagas in the state of Nagaland. That is what I believe is a stumbling block.
Dr. S.C. Jamir Barabi koi ase ki tai NNPG kan bra ki agreed positions korise itu documents to already public domain te revealed hoise aro public domain te circulations hoise ki agreed positions ase NNPG kan laga itu sob janise itu sob declared open declarations korise holebi NSM IM laga tade framework te ki ase itu iku na jane to karne Naga public deserve to know what is in the agreement, what is in the framework agreement aro public kan ke tu jana bolage koina koise
This agreed positions document was circulated widely to the legislatures, to the organizations. I got a copy also. I have gone through. But so far, I have not seen, except that the framework agreement, no competencies have been circulated to anybody. And to speak the truth, legally, politically, constitutionally, democratically, I think that people should know what kind of arrangements are being made for the future. But in this case, they have not shown to anybody. And now that government have intimated amply clear to all concerned that integration doesn't figure in the agreement, why should we not take care of our own respective subject? So as an old man, I can only appeal to all the people not to create any confusion, any bitterness in the minds of the people, nor among the societies, but with united effort, prayerfully to the Almighty that Nagaland should come as a normal, peaceful, harmonious, united Nagaland. My dear Nagaland, I think that is the dream of the younger generation. And the older generation should not leave a legacy of trouble to the younger generation.
Government of India भी अलग-अलग factions लोगों separate sign करबोले मननाय agreements करबोले मननाय इतिया इक्की लोगों as a whole final solutions करबोले मन आसे. However, NSNIM do not want it to sign without the flag and the constitution. NNPG kan kuase they have already concluded a talk. Aro tai kan NSNIM kan ki rukhi ase.
If the talks have concluded, then why is settlement not coming?
Now, the government of India do not want it to sign with the NNPG. So why don't the NNPG also abrogate the ceasefire? Because the government of India is not honoring the concluded talk with the NNPG and not trying to endorse the resolutions they have concluded with the NNPG.
Asani pra IM ke, IM loko, ke loko, NNC loko, kunba NPs lo misam shina diboto. Government of India buje. Poila state datam tibi jamla ula 9.8 dile bi jamla ula 16 point dile jamla ula Islunga court punale bi jamla ula. Kota Quran wagin open door policy kwa loko bi aro jakra ula. Ita kun get digina kun ge aram pra koti bhayo.
General Neki is appealing to all the factions for a unity.
Sab ceasefire thi kiba ekta advantage nimti jagina naga nimti. Milabo na para itu pra ulashe do. Naga mone milabo na para. Naga nimti ase gole hussa naga nimti ase gole na. Ami laga right chorbe, taibi tai right chorbe, taibi right chorbe. Naga munjur ki ase ulabina. Ami nohlo nobo, dosara nolobo, itu nohlo nolobo, dosara nolobo. Aro naga nimti. Itu naga nimti hobo. Naga manusia pageti ko ase. Guru bola man hole nijor organization laga nijor political party la charbe. Ulabi sab manu ulabi. MP ulabo. Naga peoples ke hutiboto peoples nimti ase golya. Aro continue duk kurugena struggle kuru sabona. Choto moto hole lobona nagaman ke hutibina. O nagaman pra iman hole lobi hobo. Pichati sabo. Mila gena loboto. Organization sab ulabi. Ay kilo ke aro kuruba. Duk tu kuruba leman na husase lobo. Kiman sal nagaman dukabo. Ceasefire hit 20 years opur kushosha. Itu machoti faction 14 hosha. Kun ba pi ulabina 2030 pi ulabina. Aro sacrifice kurusha kobina. Sacrifice kurusha kola naga people sala munjur labina. Ami challenge pin hoy. Naga manu munjur thagla sab ulabi organization sab ulabi. Husa naga right na chorbo kola amakhane ek bar juk kurugena political party ekta hogina ro kuru sabode. Situation opor ta amakhan duk ruba na para ki babo kole ulabina. Bahal pra naga peoples ke kotha milagena kun tulahi naga nimti bahal lobo itu lobo to.
United hoigina understand korigina itu naga solution anibona alak alak inga thakibo naga manahan ketia tak divided thakibo it will be an advantage to New Delhi.
There is a history of internal strife among the Naga rebel groups, and with Khaplang no more, there is a possibility of yet another split in NSCN-K. And if it happens, then this is going to affect the unity of Northeast rebel groups. And that kind of a situation will be a great advantage for New Delhi.
Itia united hoina understands kurigina alak alak stands understand kurigina solution anibona na inega counter resolutions counter rejoinder inega jai thaki forever.
Naga people have suffered enough. Enough is enough. And therefore, by all means, Naga public also should raise their voice.
Will the Naga solution extend to another 25 years? Will the Naga solution extend to another decade? The answer lies with the Nagas. Kubnalin.
Kiman sal naga man dukaba